Alright, what is up YouTube? We're back with another how to sound like video. This is part 2 of my choker series. If you haven't seen part 1, check out that after this. So yeah, in these videos I get you to comment an artist for me to do next. And in one of my last videos, Jalen, again, let me know if I'm saying your name wrong, suggested that I do a choker video. And as we all know, choker's music is insane and it varies a lot. So I thought the only way to kind of cover choker would be to do it in 2 videos. This video is going to be his more chill music. Alright, so usually in these videos I make the beat on the spot, but this video is going to be more of a walkthrough. So let's walk right through it. Alright, so here we have our how to sound like choker track, part 2. So as you can see, I set the BPM to 142, which is a little fast, but this song is in double time. So technically the BPM is 76 because it's a little slow and I use 8 bars to draw out this track instead of 4. So let's hop right in. I ended up grabbing the organ 1 soft. So I ended up making 2 different organs. So the first one is the low organ. They are both the same instrument, but they're very different sounds because of the audio effects that I use. So in the low organ, as you can see, I took off some of those highs, I widened the sound, and then I added in some chorus and Camel Crusher. Camel Crusher is a free plugin, so I would definitely recommend purchasing this. Well, not purchasing it because it's free. So let's give a listen to our first organ. So this is when you're realizing that the track definitely is not at 142 BPM. So let's give a listen to this one. And that gritty sound is the Camel Crusher. So both of these together makes a really wonderful, lush, gritty organ. So there's our organ. It's just played in the verses. This is our chorus right here. So up next we have this crash. And just like that one sound effect that I warped and made it sound like really cool in part 1, I ended up doing the same thing with this sound effect. Originally, it sounded like this, but I ended up pitching it down 48 semitones, so I brought it down all the way, and that's just gonna make a really cool sound effect. As you can see, I left it on beats because I want that grit and those pops and all of the characteristics alongside with pitching something down 48 semitones. And then I knew I didn't want it to be that powerful of a sound, so I threw in some reverb. I threw in an EQ, and instead of just a regular EQ, I did the mid-side EQ, and I took a lot of the highs out of my mid. So without that EQ, we get something like this. But with the EQ, it just moves the track more to the side, literally. And then, as you can see, we have our trusty chimes. And then the only drums in the first verse are these hats and this little shake. And the reason why all of these drums that I'm using and sound effects, the reason why I'm keeping them all low and not that powerful is because most of Choker's tracks revolve around his vocals. I'm going to show you how I ended up doing my vocals. So those are the drums for the first verse. I also throw them in halfway through the chorus. So we have our organ, the same organ that was in the verses, but I throw in different audio effects and I make them play these kind of jumpy chords. Alright, so the bass, same bass that I used in part 1. It is the electric bass drive. So this bass is almost undetectable, but you can still hear it in the chorus. It's just really low, and it's kind of in the center of the chorus, and it's kind of keeping the track alive. You know, it's like a heartbeat to the chorus. I don't really know what I'm saying right now. All right, so another thing that Choker likes to do is have these grand pianos in his tracks. He usually has them going crazy, playing all these things, or he'll have like a repeating note to keep the BPM, and that's what I did in this chorus. I just have a regular grand piano, threw in some reverb, some echo, and then I moved it a little bit to the right, and this is just looping. So with our drums, let me show you what I did with my vocals, my horrible vocals. So if you haven't seen my how to mix your vocals video, check it out. The link will be in the description. It's also somewhere over here. So in this video, I end up using that same, what do you call it? Formula. It's not the word I was looking for, but that works. It's the same way that I mixed my vocals in that video. So up until here, these are just regular vocal effects, yada yada. But right here, we get to the flanger and the chorus. So the flanger is, I mean, I don't really know how to explain the flanger, but it helps put your vocals more towards the center and then make your sides sound really unique. And then the chorus is going to add multiple voices to the sound, so it's going to make it sound even more wavy. And then what I ended up doing was I ended up splitting the vocals into two separate parts. So one is panned 16 to the right, and one is panned 16 to the left. And then what I ended up doing was selecting all vocals on one side and moving it a little bit before this other one. So that's going to give you a lot of character in your vocals. I ended up doing the same thing in my Kuko video. So let's just play this. Let's take off this utility. So this is what the flanger and the chorus do to your vocals. She said there's something hit like something else. So now let's see what splitting the vocals into two separate tracks sounds like. She said there's something hit like something else. Just a really cool sound. She said there's something hit like something else. Now she's got the nerve to hit below the belt. Alright, so for the chorus, I was just like, I'm gonna have fun with this and I'm just gonna talk nonsense. So please don't ask me questions about the lyrics because didn't really think about them. So let's listen to this chorus. Goji berries, berries, what's with the sweets? Goji berries. So Choker really likes to manipulate vocals. He'll pitch vocals up, pitch vocals down, chop them, do all these cool things. So something that I did was I got the berries part of goji berries. Wait, I'm gonna look something up. So while I was recording this song, I thought goji berries were a thing, and I didn't look it up. I think they are. I don't know what they are. Goji. It is a fruit. So we're good. So this track is not on your left or your right, and as you can see, I took off some of the low mids that I have in my regular vocals, and I took those out, and it adds this cool delay sound effect without actually having to throw in delay. And then as we get over here, this is where I chopped my vocals up, and Choker does that sometimes. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you learn how to make a choker type track. Don't forget to join my Discord, the link is down below. comment the next artist that you want me to do. Like and subscribe if you want to. If you don't do that. Peace.
She said that something hit like something else. Now she's got the nerve to hit below the belt. She said that something hit like something else. Goji berries, berries. What's with the sweets? Berries, goji berries.